PAX East panel just finished, so let's get into some Shadowbringers MSQ. Really excited for this, everybody. Thank you for joining. Oh, I can't be mounted. Right. New game plus. Let's go. So where I last left off, I beat the fairy king, and now I gotta go talk to Alice, apparently. I'll probably go for a couple hours today. I really want to start making some progress on this because I've been doing this for a good 2 months now. You know, off and on. But alright. Amphilia, what do you have to say, Miniphilia? So that was an Ascian. Thancred told me about them. Oh yeah, we just met MSQ. He appears to be gone, but I won't be lowering my guard just yet. Okay. Triage that an Ascian of MSQ's standing should willingly reveal himself to us. And at this of all junctures is most interesting. It says, finding common ground with an Ascian, my entire being rebels at the very notion. Cooperation, he can't be serious, can he? Well, certainly been given much to ponder, but first things first, we should report to the Exarch. You can run along, Cora. We're perfectly capable of handling this little task. In light of your recent exertions, I'd say you've earned a rest. Go on, take yourself to bed. We'll see you later, refreshed and ready to remember. Alright, go to bed. Yeah, I remember a lot of people saying that even after playing Endwalker, that they still prefer Shadowbringers and think that the Shadowbringers is a better expansion. I don't know if I agree with that per se, but that's why I wanted to do this second playthrough, because I feel like a lot of my my first playthrough was just being confused about the story and just trying to figure out, you know, what everyone was talking about and what was going on. So I think now that I have an idea of what the story is actually like, I think this is going to be an even better experience. But we'll see. I hope the past few days have not been overly taxing. Pray take a rest and recover.
水晶光からみたいだな。あの鏡みたいな巻で動きはおおむね把握してるんだろう。
Probably think you're talking to yourself.
手厚いな。町の連中があれだけ信頼してるところを見ても、水晶光は悪いやつじゃないと思う。だが、いかんせん謎が多い。少なくとも俺が生きていた時代にはいなかった人間だが。
There's no such person when I was around. He's talking about MSQ here.
反乱後は俺も半端な状態で放浪してたからな。この町の成り立ちや河の素性について持ってる知識はお前と変わりないんだ。何にせよ、今気にするべきはエメとセルクの方か。光の反乱で この世界が無になろうとしている時、生きた証を残すには世界を統合するしかないと白方へのアシエンに持ちかけられた。
The Ascian in white appeared before us. He said the only way for us to live on was to bring about the rejoining. That's Elizabeth.
俺たちはその手を取ったが、元はといえば反乱のきっかけ自体がアシエンたちの手引きで作られたものだったのさ。真実を見抜けず乗せられたのが俺たちの甘さだとしても、だがエメとセルクの主張、何も知らずに戦い続けるべきじゃないってのはもっともだとも思う。ただひたすらに進み続けた結果、何もかも失ったやつが
Tell me about Seto.
なんだよ急に。そりゃまあ構わないが。
Artbert's such a good character.
ずいぶん大きく育っててびっくりした。一緒に旅してた頃はもう少し小さかったんだ。それにまさか先祖返りだったなんて。メダルもあんな大事に。お前だって連れてるだろう。チョコボとかどんななんだよ。名前は
That's a cute interaction. Yeah, let's change this back to English. There we go. English, okay. The party soon divided. The manager of Sweets was in a cheerful mood. Morning to you, miss. I do hope you are well rested. The Exarch and your companions are presently gathered in the Arc Room. We ask that you convene with them at your earliest convenience. Alright. Let's go talk to Graha. Yeah, I'm about maybe a third of the way into Shadowbringers. It's a long story, man. Very long story.
Ah, there you are. You're just in time to welcome our guest.
There he is. There he is. So angry.
Please. Did I not explicitly tell you that we would be meeting again soon? Lest you forget, I made you a promise. I have no intention of meddling with your mission. I come only to observe. Your exarch friend in particular has piqued my curiosity. Summoning you all like that. Most impressive.
You honestly expect us to believe you've come only to observe? Or that you might deign to lift a finger to aid our cause if called upon? Even if there were a sliver of truth in your words, I would never accept your help. Not in my darkest hour. Not after all the suffering your kind has wrought.
Damn. Tancred's... He does not trust him at all.
So petty. I meant what I said, and I said what I meant. Wage your war against the Sin Eaters, put each and every Light Warden to the sword. Prove yourselves heroes, brave and true, and I will be glad to embrace you as allies. Allies worthy of bearing the burden of truth.
I'm sure that's exactly what he said to Arbert.
Surely such a partnership would be preferable to yet another round of fisticuffs. And thus did the olive branch wither and die. Pity. Well, let no man say I did not try, futile as it was. Though I suspect you will seek me out when you grow tired of making the same mistakes.
I don't know about
Difficult
that.
decisions lie ahead of you. Decisions best made with the benefit of knowledge to which only the Eternal are privy. For now, I shall resume my shadowy vigil. Whatever you choose to do, make sure it's worth watching, would you?
Like, make it interesting for me, please.
What was that all about?
A vain attempt to make us doubt our chosen course, most like. As if we'd believe a word that passed his lips.
Yeah, we have no reason to trust him right now. No reason.
Unless you think there is some truth in what he says.
I don't know, but if he crosses us, I'll make him wish he hadn't. That's a pretty good line.
I'm sure you will. But consider for a moment. If he meant simply to lead us astray, he could have done so without revealing himself. At least, not in the manner he did. It goes without saying that an alliance with the Ascians is out of the question. But since we have no way of knowing where they might be hiding, it seems only logical to press on with our mission, even if our enemy seems content for it to succeed.
Then let us discuss the Sin Eaters. I would begin by thanking you all for your efforts thus far. In striking down the Light Wardens of Lakeland and Ilmeg, you have accomplished more in your short time here than all of our forces managed in the last century.
That may be, but the Wardens of Calusia, Armareng, and Raktika remain.
Indeed, and their precise whereabouts are as yet unknown. Which is why I propose we divide our forces and conduct a systematic survey of each region. Once we have found our quarry, we may then determine how best to proceed.
I'll take Armareng in that case. I know the lie of the land well enough.
If there are no objections, I will make for Calusia. I have connections there both in and around Yulmore that may prove useful.
Connections.
Then I would ask that you journey to Raktika. There you will find Y'shtola. With her assistance, I doubt the Warden will evade your grasp for long.
Is Y'shtola the conjurer you and Urianger used to talk about?
That's right. Though we haven't spoken much since she left for the forest.
I fear I may be to blame for that. I had every intention of relaying the news of your arrival, but she is disinclined to speak with me.
Wonder why that is.
You have visited her, have you not? Might I trouble you to...
'Twould be no trouble.
My thanks. While you are all out in the field, I shall be here attending to business. I had somewhat fancifully contemplated joining the search myself, but other matters demand my attention.
What's that?
A missive from Lord Vorthry. He invites me to join him in Yulmore to discuss the recent conflict at Lida Loran.
Lida Loran.
And? Did he even bother to offer any bait? It's obviously a trap.
I should be surprised if it were not. Nevertheless, I must seize this opportunity to speak with him, even if only a few words are exchanged. Though my power will be much diminished so far from the tower, it is a risk I am willing to take. Master Alphinaud, might I impose upon you to accompany me to Yulmore prior to beginning your reconnaissance?
Of course.
Of course.
Then let us make ready. Safe travels to you all.
Nephilia, at least I can finally meet Stola. Thancred has told me much about her. Nephilia and I are no strangers to Raktika. This is perhaps the first time we've bothered entering through the proverbial front door. Was spent befriending the people. And to say I gave no thought to our primary goal. Was I've exhorted the exorts to Yulmore, you can be certain I will do all I can to discern the whereabouts of any warden who may be hiding in Calicia. Okay. Before you leave, I would make a request of you. There's a church, or rather, the ruins of a church at Fort Job. But I asked you to go there before seeking out Ishtola. It was a place where people once gathered to worship the light. Alas, it has long since fallen into disuse. Yet within the hall remains a tablet whose writings I believe may prove of use to Ishtola. At the very least, such a relic would make a suitable gift for your reunion. You must consider it proposal very well. Before we depart to Raktika, we shall journey into Fort Job that we might secure this relic. Okay. Let us go to Fort Job. Travels, pray the tablet, and its contents prove of interest to Ishtola. Okay. Heading into Fort Job. I do not doubt this place may weather another assault by city-eaters, but they cannot hope to hold on to it should the Unurian soldiers return. Even with their limited numbers, the guard can use the terrain to their advantage. Perhaps I can convince the captain to lay a few traps out in the field. My guard and I have come across these ruined churches before. I wish I could have seen them before the flood. The windows are works of art, I'm told. Here amidst these ruins, we will find the Church of the First Light, and within that hollowed hall, the tablet rests. Time is of the essence, my friend. Let's be quick. At the height of Lakeland's prosperity, the site served not as men's final bastion, but as testament to its ingenuity and architectural prowess. The Church of the First Light was responsible for many such marvels, building majestic chapels in every corner of the realm. Alas, the flood with its inexorable tides would drown nigh everyone, and did all but put an end to the religion as a whole, for the creatures which then did rise from that vigilant deluge were seen as agents of divine punishment, sent to devour sin and sinner both, to whence came the name of Sin Eater. The people were lost, seemingly forsaken by their god. Yet, where there is light, there hath ever been shade, and 'twas in the dark they sought solace. The most devout of these worshippers of shadow did then migrate to the Raktika Greatwood. That is a tale for another time. Now, let us find what remaineth of the chapel key. Let's go explore. Yep, the hall was built underground. Oh, I remember this one. I remember failing this one my first time around. So let's see how this goes. It's surprisingly intact. What little is left of the churches I've seen until now has always borne the scars of decades of this. Its subterranean construction had done much to protect the hall from the ravages of time, yet the reason for its remarkable preservation may be deduced from its decoration. As faith in the light did wane, so rose reverence for the dark, and its followers did want for places of worship. To be plain, the standards which do adorn these walls belong not to those who built them, but to worshippers of the dark, the Knights Blessed, who subsequently migrated to Raktika. Yes. Indeed, it was beneath the shaded burrows of the Raktika Greatwood that they finally found sanctuary. Oft and many times did Yulmore make spurious overtures of friendship unto them, but they are no fools. The Exarch knoweth full well that Ishtola in her seclusion doth labor to learn all she may of the blessed and their past. 'Tis why he sent us here, I now see. The tablet of which he spoke, no doubt, provided a glimpse into the history that she so yearneth to comprehend. Well then, we better hurry up and find it. Let's go find this iPad. Search your surroundings for the tablet. Okay. I can barely see my hand in front of my face. If only that torch were a little closer. Can anyone tell me what this infernal tablet even looks like? It looks like an iPad. Oh, there it is. We have located the time-worn tablet. Within the altar, thou sayest? How were you able to see it in the dark? And inside the altar of all places? I certainly hope this is what we were looking for. Not escaped thine eye, twould seem. This is indeed the tablet we seek. Curious. These engravings predate the Knights Blessed. If I am not mistaken, they are writ in the script of the ancient empire of Varka, whose capital once stood in the midst of what is now Raktika. Will be no small matter to decipher them. A fine gift for our seeker of truth. 'Tis plain the Exarch understandeth Ishtola only too well. But come, let us quit this place and make ready for our journey into the woods. Yeah, I guess Graha, by this point, he knows Ishtola. Tancred mentioned Istola's passion for learning. I expect the tablet is just the sort of thing she'd like. Yeah, we're basically gifting her a book. That's what we're doing. An old book at that. Should we not be going? Okay. Into the dark. Before we depart, there is a custom of the Knights Blessed, which I feel compelled to elucidate. As one might expect, they deem light to be abhorrent, and everything it touches befouled. Thus do they take the utmost pains to protect all they can from its taint, including their very names. To speak plain, it is the belief of the Blessed that one's own name must never be uttered in the light of the everlasting day. Yet this commandment precludeth not the use of another's. Thus do parents protect their children, and in rare cases, masters their disciples. So it is that Ishtola had taken the name of Master Matoya. Yes, we offend them. I bid you speak not her true name in the Blessed's presence. With that in mind, let us speak with the guard who keepeth vigil at the Great Woods. Alright. It's time, boys. It is time to Lahi. It's been a while since I've Lahi'd, but it's good to be back. Hee-ing. I know I have no reason to, but I can't help being nervous about meeting Ishtola. Yeah, I'm a little nervous too, Miniphilia. Good to see Ishtola again.
No matter how far he goes, man cannot resist looking back on the path he has walked. The untold stories and secrets of the past can be more alluring than the promise of tomorrow. And so he braves the forests of Raktika in search of mystery and wonder. Of Ronka, to which all seekers of hidden truths are inevitably drawn.
Ronka.
We have arrived. Vast though these woods may be, they are, by and large, uninhabitable. Not so the swamps of Cydia, however, whose sparse foliage permitted man a foothold.
Uh-oh. Here he is.
No lands must remain beyond our grasp. Go forth, conquer, rule! Forgive me. A sudden pang of nostalgia for those halcyon days. Exploring virgin territories, subjugating primitive peoples, all for the glory of Garlemald.
If you've brought your ivory standard, I'll be happy to tell you where to stick it.
Got him.
Can we not simply take a moment to enjoy the view together? Or would you rather I spied on you from the shadows? Much more of this, and I may very well begin to regret my show of good faith.
Don't worry, I'm gonna kill you one day.
If you really want to stay, then help us fight.
No, I think not. I am an observer, nothing more. Even shielded by the shadows of these boughs, I feel the light's presence most keenly. To accompany you is taxing enough. To fight is out of the question.
I will suffer your company if I must, but not your commentary.
That's Tancred's way of saying, shut the fuck up, Emmett. Shut the fuck up. What is it now? Do you expect me to regale you with friendly banter? Oh, very well. I will humor you this once. You may consider it my latest act of good faith. Come on, then. What do you wish to know? Why choose this form here in the first? Well, what a curious question. For the flesh is but a vessel into which we Asians pour the elixir of our souls, molding it as it fits the occasion, or not if we so choose. Be it for a year or millennium, I prefer to retain the same form until my duty is done. So, after arriving here in the first, I fashioned some hapless body into the man you see before you. Though, as your friend over there can attest, there are those of us who forego such alterations. He was ever the rash in La Habrea, jumping from vessel to vessel, never heeding the toll it took on him. Nekard has told me of the Asians and what they have done. If he isn't willing to help, is it wise to let him stay with us? It's a very good question, Menophilia. Displaying our Asian counterpart needed to follow wheresoever we lead, where it otherwise. He would not suffer to the overabundance of light in these woods. Verily, it pervadeth every corner. And so long as the light water remaineth, the sin eaters shall be free to prey upon these lands without surcease. If not is done, 'tis but a matter of time before the blessed to come. 2 years past, a swarm of sin eaters did lay waste unto the largest settlement, killing a great many of their priests in doing so. Though some few did survive, they knew not how to go on. They were souls in wanting of a guiding hand. For mercy, Ishtola had provided that which they sorely needed. They have since endeavored to restore their home, and thither shall we bend our steps to Fort Gone. Fort Gone. I gotta be honest, chat. Every single time I read something Oriange says, I have no fucking clue what he's saying. Honestly. How like he just uses too many big words. You know, you gotta dumb it down for me, Oriange. Look, what is he gonna say now? Well, where's this friend of yours we've come to meet? Oriange said they were rebuilding, but there is no one here. We both know how Oriange enjoys painting pictures with his words, but he did not exaggerate about this place.
I see little sign of recent activity, nor hath any meaningful progress been made with the reconstruction. Mayhap Y'shtola sought shelter elsewhere. Come, let us quit this place.
Look at Emmett Soak, standing and watching.
Now, surround them!
Uh-oh. What? I can just kill all of these people. Come on. Why am I giving up?
These Sin-Eaters, they're not like the others.
There's a reason for that. Lower your weapons, please. We mean you no harm.
How is it they can speak?
It's a Sin-Eater trick. They mean to kill us all.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. Hupo. Let's go with that.
That will seem a lot less amusing when we are forced to kill them.
It's alright, I've killed before. I could do it again.
Oh, for the love of... I had hoped that by accompanying you, we might come to understand one another. But all I have come to understand is that you have a knack for inflaming the natives. You've committed the cardinal sin of boring me. And so, I retire to the shade. Good luck.
Bye-bye.
There! Did you see that one disappear?
I think I preferred La Habrea.
There she is.
Enough. Runar, report.
Master Matoya!
She is so badass.
We apprehended them as you ordered, but are you certain these are Sin Eaters?
The intense light of the ether I saw was unmistakable. If not Sin Eaters, then what?
Yo, homies.
'Tis passing queer that Y'shtola should mistake us for the enemy, is it not? Mayhap it hath been too long since last she beheld the radiance of thine ether. Master Matoya, hath time truly made strangers of us?
Nay, I recognize you, Urianger, Thancred. And this is Minfilia of the First, of whom you spoke before.
Miniphilia, get it straight.
Just so. And knowing as thou must that we come in peace, might I prevail upon thee to have thy comrades lower their arms?
Yes, please.
First explain this other presence in your company. The one I know not. There is but one manner of creature in this world whose ether is suffused with such an abundance of light.
Mine apologies, Master Matoya, but thou art mistaken. Before thee standeth our dearest comrade, the truest hero among us.
Mm-hmm. I am the truest warrior of light. Everybody else are fakes. I am the truest hero. Urianger just said it.
Though she is but recently arrived here in the First, not one but two Light Wardens have already perished by her most puissant hand.
Puissant.
It cannot be.
Nice to see you too, Master Matoya.
Master Matoya?
Lower your weapons. Forgive us this hostile welcome. Come. I would give you a proper introduction to Raktika and its people.
Please do. That she should imagine her a stranger. It ended a lot better than it might have. Well, thanks to Emmett Soak. Didn't expect her to be so imposing in person. Yeah, Y'shtola's. She's awesome. You have been busy since arriving in the First, I gather. But I would hear the tale of your travels in a more suitable surrounding. With Fort gone, yet to be rebuilt, the Knights Blessed have made their home in a settlement to the northeast. I will await you at its entrance. Follow the path through yonder gate, and you will find me soon enough. What a great story. I wonder what people thought of it when this just first came out. There you are. I was beginning to worry, much like the 12s would. This forest has a way of dealing with those who stray too far from the beaten path. But I digress. Let me show you the home of the Knights Blessed. Ever seen such a tree? To think that these are only roots. Oh, it's huge.
Slitherbough is the largest of the blessed settlements. They worship no gods, instead revering darkness itself. It is a curious kind of faith, but one which has granted them the strength to persevere in the wake of the flood. I hope you weren't expecting a grand feast by way of welcome. They are a simple people.
Wow. Can't even get me like a chicken or something? Come on, Ishtola.
Now, I would hear of your travels away from prying ears. Come.
Will do. Oh, I love this song. Gives me chills every time I hear it.
I see. And now you seek the Light Warden of Raktika.
Yep, I've come to kill every single Light Warden. You're welcome.
In the days after I arrived in the First, I too relied upon the Crystal Exarch for guidance. But his penchant for secrecy and the telling of half-truths soon lost him my trust. And thus did I strike out on my own.
But you relied upon the Crystal Exarch for guidance, but the telling of half-truths lost him my trust.
My work eventually led me here to the forest, which I've come to know like the back of my hand. I cannot say with certainty where your quarry is hiding, but I am confident I can narrow the search.
Okay.
Well, go on then.
Some few thousand years ago, this forest stood at the heart of the Empire of Ronka. A great many relics of that civilization can still be found to the east in Ixmaya. Or rather,
Ixmaya.
could be found, were the area not fiercely guarded. Ixmaya, you see, is home to a tribe of warriors whose lineage is said to date back to the time of the
Bunny
Empire.
girls.
Any attempt to enter their territory is met with lethal force. They offer no warnings, and suffer no trespasser to escape. Needless to say, my every attempt to survey the area has been thwarted.
I'll be alright. I got
The
this.
warden hideth there, full knowing none may approach it for fear of these protectors.
As for the tablet, I find the timing of its discovery suspiciously convenient. If I did not know better, I would think someone was trying to curry favor with me. Regardless, it will take time to decipher these writings. Yet I would not be at all surprised if they somehow held the key to entering Ixmaya unmolested. The Exarch has a nose for serendipity.
Oh yeah. That's Graha.
If there is aught I can do to assist thee in unraveling their secrets, thou needst only ask.
Thank you, Urianger. I may well take you up on that offer. While we set to work, might I suggest you take a tour of the city?
She has such a calming voice. Like, I can just listen to it all day.
Should you be in any doubt as to the importance of your role as the Warrior of Darkness, the people here will surely cure you of it.
I must say, Stola, while most of us have struggled to come to terms with our altered circumstances, you seem to have adapted rather well.
Lest you forget, Master Matoya and I dedicated our lives to uncovering the truth which hides at the heart of our world. Though separate, the fate of this reflection is nevertheless bound to that of our home. That I would be daunted by such an invaluable opportunity is absurd.
Tell him. You tell him.
But what of you, Thancred? Could it be that you are still struggling to come to terms with the nature of your young companion?
Ooh. Ooh. Yikes. Called out. Caught
My
in 4K.
struggles are none of your concern. Quite why you would speak thus and in this company, I do not know. Perhaps you left more of yourself back in the source than I assumed. If you'll excuse me.
Ooh. That got that got under his skin. Aw, poor Thancred. It's like when your parents are fighting.
He understands that I'm not the same. That I'm not her.
Understands, perhaps, but does not accept. The question being whether he ever will. And whether you will, more importantly. As difficult as your circumstances may be, they are yours, not his. 'Tis you and you alone who bears ultimate responsibility for your life. But you need not make any hard choices now. Why not go and get some fresh air, clear your head?
Wow. Damn. Poor Thancred. Wish I'd never. Oh. Day in the neighborhood. I am not indifferent to Thancred's troubles. Nevertheless, I will not apologize for holding him to a higher standard after all these years. He has ever been a man of considerable resolve, and that is what I will continue to expect. Though it hardens me to know that some of us remain ourselves in spite of our present circumstances. I can't but imagine how Alize and Alphino had changed since arriving here in the first. Change is a part of life. Perhaps you should be concerned with how you have changed. I realize I am not as I was on the source, but I cannot say that I regret the decisions that allowed me to have come this far. Turning to the matter at hand, I really must begin work on deciphering this tablet. In the meantime, perhaps you should take a look about Shadowbringer. If there's anything you need, pray speak with Runar at the plaza. Alright, let's go talk to Runar. See what he's got to say. Welcome, friend. Welcome. My apologies for a less than hospitable greeting earlier. Tell me, what is your name? From where do you hail? From the Crystarium, I see. This tablet you brought may help us find the Light Warden here in Raktika. Well, you're welcome to stay with us for as long as you need. Come, let me show you around. Would it be alright if I joined you? Of course, anything for the guest of our dear Master Matoya. Thank you, she means a great deal to the Knights Blessed, doesn't she? If not for her, may have all perished in the Great Fire. Their priests slain, and their homes in ruin, we were at the mercy of the Sin Eaters. It was she who drove them back, and with her sage guidance, we were able to rebuild. Before long, she became a central figure in our community, a great oak within whose shadow many have come to find solace. That is not to say that we were not hesitant to grant an outsider such authority, myself included. Perhaps it is the smile in her eye when she speaks of the sunless sea. I feel whole again, now that she is with us, and I have no doubt the others feel the same. She is as much a part of the Knights Blessed as any of us, and we are grateful for all she's done in the service of the dark. But you did not hear this from me, yes. Now, he's definitely into Ishtola. Like, no doubt. Now, you should know there are certain customs we ask guests to adhere to so long as they reside here. To show reverence to the dark. In a word, yes, but fear not. It is not too involved. Let us begin with something simple. Follow me. What will he have us do? I thought Master Matoya kept her room dark because she didn't need the light, but they're all like hers, aren't they? They just love the dark here. Should you see any of our people come into this chamber, they have likely returned from a journey beyond the borders of Raktika. We use the water stored here to cleanse ourselves of the light's impurity. A simple and perhaps peculiar custom, but it is one of our most important. Would you to kneel just for the moment, that I might rid you of the light's impurity? Kneel. As Renard lightly sprays you with water, your skin begins to tingle. I wonder what that could mean. And with that, you have been cleansed of the light's lighted touch. How do you feel? I'm not sure, to be honest. Not refreshed exactly, but I do feel different. Has this water been treated in some way? Only blessed by our priest. They are practiced in the arcane arts. As such, it is said their prayers imbue the water with a faint dark energy. A prickling sensation. No one has ever spoken of such a reaction before. I wonder what that could be. I wouldn't say it was an unpleasant sensation, but I too felt something strange. The dark aspects of this water should have no discernible effect, unless... The gods, Master Matoya was right. You are Sin Eaters. Not quite. I jest. What you felt was likely no more than the chill of the water. Perhaps now would be a good time for you to acquaint yourselves with the people of Slitherborough. For that, I must teach you a customary greeting. Aline Tuta. In the language of Ranka, it is one of the several ways one might say, good evening. The world is not as safe as it once was, and this greeting lets us quickly discern friend from foe. Is there a handshake or gesture we should know too? I would hate to offend anyone. You need not worry. Merely speak the words Ellen Tuta, and they will know you as friends of the blessed. I will await your return here. Now go. They are likened to be heartened by your knowledge of our ways. I say Ellen Tuta. The elderly woman smiles warmly. Asgear. Alan Tuta. Alan Cheesy. Welcome, friend. I take it you will remain in these woods for some time, yes? Be wary of the woods. You will find poison in near everything you see. But fear not. Our medicinal tea will keep you healthy. Ask and it is yours. Poison. Aline Tuta. Newly come traveler, Alan Cheesy. And welcome to Slitherborough. You must forgive us if we seem strangely reserved. We are quiet and Tanctrium people, silent and serene as the sunless sea. The quiet makes it easy to discern the presence of eaters and other dangers here in the woods. I'm gonna head to the bathroom real quick. Be right back. Alrighty, everybody. Let us continue with Shadowbringer's MSQ. Yeah. I hope your stroll about Shadowbringer proved enlightening. Everyone was so kind and gracious. I was nervous at first, but already I'm starting to feel at home. There's still much I have to learn about the Knights Blessed, but their faith and strength of will is nothing short of inspiring. I can see now how they built such a thriving community. Me too, Minfilia. See now how they thrive in these woods, even with seniors. Alright, helping hand, level 74. Wow. Getting somewhere now, boys. We are getting somewhere. Ah, you are returned. Very good. No doubt they were glad of your company. It has been too long since we had visitors. Remember, if you have any questions or if there is anything you need, do not hesitate to ask. I've heard that before. Speaking of which, we must, as friends of Master Batoya, we cannot ask for payment, but if you would be willing to lend a hand, I'd rather not. You know, I got more important things to do. Come now. It is but a single task. As a reward, I will give you an extra helping of my famous stew at dinner. Oh well. Now that I know that food is involved, all I ask is that you take a jug and water the crops in the square. And help too. Of course. One of you can do the filling, and the other can do the watering. Speak with Ursabel when you have finished. She would be relieved to hear that the crops have been tended to. While you take care of that, I will see to your room and a warm meal. Right then, I'll fill, you water. This was the only jug I could find, which was small enough to lift, but I'm afraid there's a crack at the bottom. You need to hurry to the garden before all the water leaks out. 45 seconds. Wow, look at that water animation. Best game ever. You have watered half of the plot. Fetch another jug of water to take care of the rest. Alright. Ophelia, I need some more. Was there enough water for the plot? No, there was not. Only half, I see. Well, let me refill the jug for you. This place is cool. I like the design of it. It's being inside a giant tree. The whole plot has now been thoroughly watered. Well met, travelers, I've observed earlier speaking with the others. Have you need of something? You watered the crops. My apologies for not noticing sooner. I've been rather distracted of late. Watering the crops was always Tadia's duty, but she's no longer with us. We have since taken the sharing of the duty, though never with guests. You are most kind. Is there anything else we can do to help? We could plant something if you'd like. There is no need. The plot is small, it is true, but it provides us with enough to survive. We ask for no more. Don't know how you manage. Have the Blessed not considered leaving? Life would surely be easier amongst almost everywhere else. I can understand why you might say that, but the easiest path is not always the right one. Tell me, do you know our history? How our faith came to be? Yes, I believe so. The Knights Blessed was initially formed by those who lost their homes in the wake of the flood. What began as an occasional gathering of survivors eventually grew into a community, which ultimately decided to strike out on its own in the Raktika Great Woods. I see you have read our history, but there is a history that is told and one that is lived. That's a good quote. I like that quote. Like so many in those times, the first of the Knights Blessed lost everything. Their homes, their loved ones, and all they held dear. To make matters worse, none could say what became of the souls of those who lost to the flood when their bodies were reborn as sin eaters. The people were without answers, without hope, their gods having drowned along with everything else, seeing that nothing was beyond the reach of the light. But soon they realized that where there is light, there must be darkness. And in that truth, they found new faith. They believed that the souls of the departed could yet find peace beyond these burning skies and the sunless sea above. That is why we pray for the safe passage of wayward souls into that blessed black abyss, for the return of the night, that we may someday look upon the kingdom of heavens with our own eyes. We remain in these woods for the selfsame reason our founders first chose them, that we may lead lives of simplicity with the shade of these trees as a constant reminder of our faith. So many seeking paradise in Yomor, it's refreshing to find people who value a humbler existence. You're kind to say so. Many consider our way of life foolish, so it must seem to those who yet cling to their worldly possessions. Times such as these, when everything can be taken away in an instant, it is all too easy to lose sight of why we fight to go on living. It is not to hold fast to material things, but to hold those who went before us in our hearts, to keep alive the legacy they left us. This we must do for them, our children, the generations yet unborn. To keep their legacy alive. Runa has more work to be done. Yay, more chores. Let's freaking go. Love me some chores. Done tending to the crops already? Very good. Should not be long before your room is ready. Runar! In the woods. Sin eaters. I fear they may have the touch. Where? In the grove to the southwest, for our mercy. They've yet to wander any close to Slitherborough. Then we have no need to engage. Inform the guards that no one's to set foot outside the village until they have moved on. But sir, what of Tadia's Heartstone? It must be retrieved before the service. Of all the times for sin eaters to appear, are you just going to leave them alone? Under normal circumstances, we would not hesitate in striking the beast down, but if they indeed have the touch, I would not risk them corrupting one of our own. What was that you said about the stone? A few days passed. Tadia, a child of the Knights Blessed, was slain by sin eaters. We succeeded in retrieving her body, but in our haste, we failed to notice her necklace was gone. Strung to it was a pendant of jade, her heartstone. All of the Knights Blessed are given such a stone at birth. It is the most valuable possession one can own. It is custom to present the hearthstone of the deceased at their funeral as an offering to the heavens, but now... What if I could find it for you? I have experience fighting Sin Eaters, and the light's corruption does not touch me like it does others. Master Matoya called you Miniphilia, did she not? Are you truly the Miniphilia, descendant from the Oracle? Even so, I dare not ask you to risk your life for the Blessed. I understand how you feel, but I cannot stand by knowing that your people are in need and I can help. Please, let me do this. Very well, but if the danger proves to be great, you must retreat. I could never forgive myself if we were forced to hold a second service. I nearly forgot about Thancred. What if he returns before I do? Thancred doesn't need to know. He's not your dad. Well, what? What do you mean to say? You'll come with me? Thank you. Let's hurry then, before he returns. Go swiftly, and may the shadows keep you both. This will save a life. I like Miniphilia's story arc so far. It should be around here somewhere, I think. There! The Sin Eaters. There she is. I was hoping there'd only be one. There's no way we can search for the stone without dealing with them first. Let's do it then. What? Shouldn't we make a plan first? Though, there are only two. I'll draw one of them away. You can deal with the other. I mean, I can take care of both of them easy. That was kind of unnecessary. Oh, where's the other one? Oh, she did it. Cora. There you are. It is done. Though I fear I was a bit careless, I'll do better next time, I promise. I'm fine. You needn't worry about me. More importantly, we have to find that heartstone. You said it was made of jade, right? I'll search over there in the bush. Must be here somewhere. Pile of leaves. Seems to be no trace of the Hearthstone here. There either. Chuck this one already. Yeah. Let's see. Take three, take three. Gentle green gem. Do you have any luck? Yes, I did. Jade Hearthstone, a keepsake once belonging to Toddy of the Knights Blessed. It is beautiful. It has to be it. You know, Thancred always said you were a woman of many talents, and I think I'm beginning to understand what he meant. I have much to learn if I'm to be even half the hero you are. The hero she was. I'm sorry, I forget I said anything. We should hurry back to Shadowbringer. Runar and the others are probably worried. And this pig really, my minion really wants to photobomb the stream apparently. Been doing that a lot. Back to Shadowbringer. Goodness, you are safe. I had begun to fear for the worst. By all that is dark, you found it. We can proceed with our service as planned. These blessed gems serve not only to protect us in life, but to guide our spirits into the Sunless Sea and thereafter. Even should we be felled by the Sin Eaters, so long as these gems are recovered, our souls are ensured peace in the dark. Saying goodbye. Oh, this is a sad one. Words fail to express my gratitude for this kindness you have done for the blessed. I must insist you and your friends attend Tadia's service as honored guests. There is still much we must do to prepare, but please go and inform the others. It will be held in the darker. The darker? Is that really what it's called? The darker? When you arrive, should be an attendant person to explain the proceedings. It just seems a little uninspired, if that makes sense. Well, out with it then. Hey, thank you for the follow. You're the best. You are the best. Cora and I have learned so much about the Knights Blessed while you were away. And we helped them recover a lost heirloom in the woods. I know I wasn't supposed to leave, but they really needed our help. There were Sin Eaters, and as long as she accompanies you, but do try to be more careful. Your injuries could have been a lot worse. How did you know? Let's just say a little bird told me, and it's telling me now that Cora has business with us. Is something the matter? They've asked us to attend a service. Of course we'll go. It's being held at the darker, isn't it? We'll take care not to be late, I promise. Hey, thank you for the subscription, Lustra. Thank you. Follow me on TikTok, follow me on Twitter, follow me on YouTube, follow me on Twitch, follow me on everything. Okay. Let us attend the funeral. Bring a tissue box. Bring something to cry on. elderly woman hands you a candle. She then points over at a nearby corner where you might place it. I like how it just got quiet all of a sudden. Blue flamed candle. Handmade candle of the Knights Blessed. It burns an eerily blue when lit. Okay, it's time. It is time.
It seemed only right that we show our faces. May we join you?
Sure. There's the jade that we found.
Let us begin. I thank you all for coming to pay respects to our fallen daughter of the night. In the light, she was known as Todia, but in the dark, we shall remember her always as Menine. Let us each take a moment to offer her our prayers.
Menine.
We entrust her now to the night's sweet embrace.
So tiny in his hands.
Will she be free from pain and suffering, now and forevermore? May her soul find peace in the sunless sea of heaven, and in the love we bear for her in our hearts.
That vessel represents the night sky, the sunless sea of heaven.
Call upon you now, O bringer of shadow, to lead this gentle soul unto the sea. We call upon you, O warrior of darkness, to deliver her unto paradise everlasting.
I am told you assisted in the preparations for the service. On behalf of the Blessed, you have my sincerest thanks. The enduring legend of the Warrior of Darkness owes much to the traditions of these people. And none were more ardent in their faith than Todia. She would have been greatly moved by your presence.
Should like to have met her. No, I don't deserve such reverence. Yeah, I just got here, Stella.
You might not deliver her to the heavens, but if you could deliver the night sky to her people, the real night sky, it would be the next best thing. Their prayers would finally be answered. They could gaze up at the firmament and see their ancestors in every twinkle of the stars. We cannot allow their hopes and dreams to drown in the light. We have to bring back the dark. If we don't, who will?
It's just me.
Forgive me, thinking of all those we have lost.
No, it's all right. We will bring back the dark.
One way or another.
Mayhaps sooner than later, in fact. Urianger and I finished deciphering the tablet, and its contents were most illuminating. Let us reconvene in my chambers. We have much to discuss.
Yes, let's. Yeah, that's always a sad cutscene. Funerals in general are always pretty sad. It doesn't hurt as much considering we never met this Tadia, but oh, what a cute little Lalafell. Do you suppose she gleaned from the tablet? Sola has good news to share. A chance to reclaim the night has lit a fire in Memphilia that I would see kindled. Good, you're here. Thanks to the Exarch gift, our next course of action is now clear. Yeah, she still doesn't like it. Sola seems quite pleased with herself, but whether she has good or bad news to share remains to be seen. Let me begin by first explaining the origins of this tablet. I initially believed it might detail the history of the Church of the First Light. Much to my surprise, it dates back to the end of the Ronkin Empire and was likely written under the direction of the reigning ruler. It was a time of strife and unceasing war with neighboring nations. With each passing day, they yielded more and more territory to their enemies. In their desperations, petitions for aid were sent to their allies. This was such one petition. And do you think this ancient petition will somehow help us get into Ixmaya? Indeed, we do. For etched into this tablet is a method by which one may prove themselves an ally of the Ronkin Empire. Provided we are able to decipher said instructions, we may entreat the ruins protectors to grant us safe passage. The problem, however, is I presently lack the resources to decipher them in their entirety. We have but one recourse. There exists a stone monument inscribed with ancient Ronkin texts and translations into more modern dialect which came into use after the fall of the Empire. I am confident it will suit our purpose. Where can we find this monument? Here, in Sitia, quite close to Shadowbringer, in fact. The good news ends there, however, for it is in the possession of a rather radical faction of dark worshippers, the children of the everlasting dark. If I am to study the monument, I must infiltrate their encampment. I have no intention of taking longer than absolutely necessary, but I would nevertheless require time to transcribe the text that I need to ensure that I will have enough. I am afraid I must ask you, Thancred, to assist me. And before you even ask, the answer is no. If you were to remain unseen, our group must be as small as possible. Alright, I'll stay here until you return. We won't be long. If anything should happen, you keep her safe, Urianger. Let us convene outside, to the west of Slitherborough, where the path diverges. Alright. Let's go meet some bunny people. Take care, Cora. All set. The encampment would seek us to the north, but it would be foolish to simply rush in. A guard has been posted at Cleric to keep watch over the children. Perhaps he has aught to share with the recent activity. But we must tread carefully. There is a chance we may encounter them along the way. Stay close and stay alert. I would avoid a confrontation as much as possible. They rejoice in dealing death to others, claiming that in doing so they cleanse their victims of sin and usher them into the sunless sea. I would rather not sully my hands defending myself against such madmen. She's basically like, yeah, I can kill them, but I don't really want to. Hey, Dune Backfighter, welcome to the stream. Lahi, when I have Ebola. When I have Ebola. Yeah, I can see that. I can hear it. Blessed Watchman. By the blessed dark. Thank goodness you are unharmed. We would have arrived sooner, but we too had a rather unwelcome visit from the children. You are an acquaintance of Master Matoya then. My apologies. The children have been acting strange of late, so I thought to take a closer look. I was careless. Strange? What have you seen? At first, there seemed to be nothing out of the ordinary, the usual gathering of ingredients for poison from flora to fauna. But then I took notice of their venomous spiders. They've been breeding them in much greater numbers. Has this game have... I don't think I fought a spider in this game. Is there any spiders in this game? No. It's as if they were preparing for something. Any ideas as to what? It could be anything, really. If it meant the end of the Blessed, nothing would be too cruel or violent for them. But perhaps we can use the present preoccupation with spiders to our advantage. If we were to induce the threat to the nest where they keep them, the children would be compelled to save them. Bees, for example, are a natural predator of spiders. Let them loose in the nest, and we would have our opportunity to sneak into their encampment. What a mischievous plan. I like it. With a bit of smoke, we should be able to subdue a few colonies long enough to secure their hives. Have you anything we might be able to use? We should have smoke bombs at the outpost just over there. How convenient. Yeah, there's some smoke bombs in that tree over there. And it's settled. Grab a few smoke bombs for the outpost and search for beehives. I imagine the bees won't take too kindly to our visit, but once they're knocked out, take the beehives and bring them back here. 2 will suffice, I should think. Let's go get these smoke bombs. Damn it, Doomback, that's all I hear now. All I hear is Ebola. Oh man, what have you done to me? You ruined the song. Beehive. Smoke bomb. Down. Oh. Beehive. Large burlap sack. Oh! Didn't even know I missed this one. Slash lookout, I think. Oh, there he goes. I've been meaning to go around and collect all those. I'll do them one day. Okay. Where's the other beehive? There you are. Oh, there's 2 bee clouds now. What would I ever do? Sack. Okay. The top 2 Stella. Were you able to find any? Yes, I was. The guard returned to Slitherborough, but not before offering his thanks. As for the beehives, Dankred and I were successful in acquiring what we need. How did you fare? I got the 2 buzzing bee sacks. For God's sake, don't let them out. That's pretty good flavor tests. This is more than enough. The children are certain to be displeased. Let us hurry before the bees begin to stir. Stella's ready to move. Children's settlement is to the west, a place called Woven Oath. According to the guard, there is an airway apart from the entrance which leads to the spider's nest. In the fates are kind, the way will be clear. If the fates are kind, the way will be clear. Alright. This is the best song in the game. Easily the best song in the game. We should move quickly before any children arrive. Okay. Up there in the airway, do you see it? A bit far, perhaps, but we should be able to toss the bag through. Though we should probably loosen the ropes, keeping it closed, enough that it falls open when it lands inside. May I do the honors? Do we actually get to see him throw it in there? I don't remember. Oh, no, it's a black screen. That should do it. Now we wait. What is that? Bees by the abyss. They're everywhere. Help! Someone help! We have to save the spiders. Sounds like our plan is working. Still, it's quite likely not all were drawn away from their posts. If you come to blows with the children, I'll see to it any signs of struggle are concealed. Failing that, I'll create a distraction to buy Stola more time. Should anyone get past me, it falls on you to guard her. Can do. Your concern is appreciated, but I sincerely doubt it will come to that. Why do I get the feeling you enjoy the idea of my loafing about bored in the shadows? Come now, Dankred. The shadows are a fitting place for a warrior of darkness. Now, if you both are ready. Wow, Ishtala's so cool. She is so damn cool. I love everything she says. Go on, I'll be right behind you. Oh, can I even go through this little hole? Oh, cool. Oh, maybe that's how it's supposed to go. I don't know. Alright, don't mind me. Don't mind me, everybody. I'm not here. Yep, nobody can see me. It's all in your imagination. Don't mind me. The font of seeing suggests that this is a chamber of prayer. At the very least, they would not place this near potential distractions from the worshippers. Perhaps the monument is further in. Perhaps. What is that supposed to be? It looks like a black mage. Yeah, I don't know. I do not know. Yes, this is it. I will be but a moment. Keep watch of the entryway. On second thought, would you mind examining the mirrors on these walls while I look over this? At a glance, I can tell they are all old, predating the founding of the Blessed and the Children, in fact. We're not like to come here a second time. It would behoove us to learn all that we can. Yes, it would behoove us to do that. Examine the murals and take note what they may depict. Ronkin mural. The mural appears to be very old. A ruler sits atop a throne, attended by their subjects. Okay. Primitive mural. The mural appears to be ancient. A warrior in the middle stands triumphant over what appears to be a creature of shadow. Other figures surround the warrior, rejoicing in the victory. Is it supposed to be like the Cloud of Shadows, or whatever that boss is called? From the Crystal Tower raid series? Muro appears to be fairly old. A knight shields himself and their comrades from an encroaching darkness. The central figure is considerably faded. The central figure is considerably faded. Oh, is that supposed to be Ardbert? And his crew? It looks like Lalafell. And a bard and a black mage.
These paintings, they seem familiar. Depictions of heroes throughout history. The Age of Gods, the Empire of Ronka, and this. There was a man, a researcher who pored over these pieces. He offered us work when we needed it, slaying beasts, delivering provisions. A funny old bugger he was, but he had a good heart. He believed this first painting dated back to a time of myth and legends, a tribute to the heroes of a long-forgotten era. The story went that it was rediscovered by an explorer from Ronka, who was so struck by its majesty that a second painting was commissioned, commemorating the heroes of their day. One day you will all be here too, he said. Heroes immortalized forever. Maybe I'll paint you myself? I had a good laugh at that. We were only trying to make our way after all. Being heroes couldn't have been further from our minds. But it seems he actually went and did it. Before or after the flood, I wonder. Rather faded, isn't it, compared to the others? Or did someone try to scrape it off the wall? Well, maybe the man himself once he came to his senses. Do you suppose your deeds will warrant an addition to this collection? Or some other kind of monument?
Better be. I want a whole book. I want a movie. I want a song about me. You know, something.
There you are. I have everything I need. Let us quit this place. Is something the matter?
See.
We should go. The others are waiting.
Or Ardbert. Good to see my distraction. I believe I now have everything needed to finish deciphering the tablet. Tell me, Avatar Korra, did the murals appear to be of any significance? Depictions of heroes from the Age of Gods, the Ronkan Empire, and immediately before the Flood. Very astute observations. Perhaps in another lifetime, you could be a curator of antiquities. Though it has no bearing on the task at hand, perhaps that knowledge may prove to be of use in the future. An unwanted proposal. Still, as their knowledge faded, she seemed content to return to Shadowbringer. That is her to Shadowbringer. The others are waiting. After we return, the two of you should rest a while. No doubt Runar will be eager to have a sample of his cooking. As soon as I discover anything of import, you will be the first to know. Back to Shadowbringer. Korra, the guard told me you left with Master Matoya to the Woven Oath. And no sooner do you return than she locks herself away in her chambers without so much as a word. She knows how I worry when she leaves without telling me. But she is safe. That's all that matters. You must be hungry after such a journey. Why not have a seat there by the fire? The stew will be soon ready. Welcome back, Korra. Now that you're here, there's something I want to ask you. Urianger told me that Thancred was something of a rogue in the past, as a wolf among sheep, he said. What did he mean by that? Do you know? Urianger has tended to Minfilia's wound, but I fear his garrulous nature has gotten the better of him.
Strange. The others on patrol should have returned by now. Our food will be overcooked if we wait any longer. We will just have to start without them. Would you call Master Matoya and the others?
Sure thing, Runar. Sure thing.
I tire of these games, Urianger. Why do you pretend you cannot see it?
Uh-oh.
The blessing may spare her the fate of becoming a Light Warden. But you cannot be blind to the nascent corruption. She is not as she was in the Source.
He's being sus again.
Though I have no proof, I fear that the light which poured forth from the Wardens was not negated at all. I fear it was absorbed, that she has been suffused with their light.
Though I have given thought to this possibility, I dare not speak until more is known.
By the time you deign to enlighten us, it may be too late, if it is not already.
Right.
Urianger, I know full well, after all these years, that you have only the best of intentions.
Here we go.
But that does not make it any easier to put my faith in a man so infatuated with secrecy.
Oh. Tell him,
I have had my
Stola.
suspicions ever since the Exarch bade you speak that day. But now I must ask.
Ooh. Ooh.
The 8th Umbral Calamity and all that followed. Everything you claim to have seen. Did you?
Uh-oh.
Help! Someone help! The Ilmorans have come for us! We're under attack!
Oh, saved by the bell, Urianger. Saved by the freaking bell. Meanwhile, in Yomor. Here we go. So dainty.
Lord Vorthry, how good it is to see you. How long has it been? Not since your inauguration, unless I'm mistaken. Too long, at any rate. May I say how humbled I am to be invited not only into your city, but your home. You are as generous as ever.
And you as disingenuous. Let us dispense with the pleasantries. This merry band of dissidents people are calling warriors of darkness. They have slain sin-eaters, and by all accounts the Crystarium is complicit in their villainy.
Uh-oh.
And now I hear reports of your people obstructing my soldiers. So I must ask, what exactly do you think you are doing?
Don't worry about it. Nothing's going on, Vothry.
I might ask you the same thing. It should be clear, even to you, that defeating the Light Wardens represents the world's only hope of survival. Even now, the people of Lakeland and Ilmeg rejoice in the return of night. For 100 years, they yearned for a means to fight back against the Sin-Eaters, and at last they have found one.
Right.
Yet you choose to stand idly by and do nothing. Why?
That's a good point.
Why? Because this hope you cling to is nothing more than a fever dream, an exercise in futility. Even should you slay the Sin-Eaters, the world as we know it is beyond salvation.
World as we know it is beyond salvation.
With what little land and resources remain, the people would be free only to starve. Before long, they would turn to violence, then to war, and ultimately usher themselves unto oblivion. They require a firm hand to shepherd them from the edge. The hand of a king. Nay, a god. I will see their dreams fulfilled, their wishes granted. I will give them peace, order, and they shall never want for bliss.
You know, I gotta say, I feel like Vothry gets very overshadowed by Emmett Silk. Because I think Vothry is equally a really good villain in this game. He is evil, and he is, well, evil, and, you know, he's also pretty evil. So, yeah, good job.
Men are fickle creatures who entertain vague ideals without the faintest notion what they cost. But a little fear can go a long way towards helping them realize what it is they truly need.
His voice acting is pretty good too.
Sanctuary. And they shall find none in this world save that which I afford them. That is why the Sin Eaters exist. To unite the world under my dominion.
A paradise fit to grace the 8th Umbral era.
What was that?
A minor epiphany, nothing more. You have always held sway over those around you. Those who defy you must submit or die. What sits before me is the inevitable result of bloated privilege and unchecked power. But man is more resilient than you think. His achievements are not the product of violence and bloodshed, but compassion and understanding. This calamity is but another crisis to be overcome. And we will, once we eliminate the Sin Eaters.
Damn.
You poor deluded fool. These people care not for the morrow. They care only for the now. And the contentment they lack. What good is a paradise to them if it is 1,000 years in the making? Or even 100?
You underestimate them, Lord Vorthry. They see further than you think. I have beheld it in the blood and sweat and tears of those who would sacrifice everything for a future they may never know. That their children may never know.
He sounds a lot like Vana here.
I have beheld it in the hopes and dreams of those who came before, which we bequeath to those who come after, that they might in turn build upon the foundations laid by our forebears. These are the bonds which hold man and his world together, not your gilded chains. And I will resist your every effort to shackle him.
In summary, you will continue to support the villains hunting my Sin Eaters?
Yes. Yes, I will.
With tremendous enthusiasm, for I have faith in the future they would build.
Oh, why do I even bother? Fools, the lot of you! So naive! So painfully predictable! Did you imagine I did not know your mind? That I would wait until after this meeting to dispatch my forces? Even as we speak, they march to the Sin Eaters' defense.
Here we go.
Insurrection will not be tolerated! The people of this world are mine to rule! Mine to command!
Ooh, I can't wait to kill this guy.
And you are no exception! What? How did he?
Dang.
Insolent swine! I will not stand for this! Do you hear me?
He just got debated. Got debated hard. Wow. And there's Ranjit.
You speak for the Knights Blessed?
Mm-hmm.
I do. I presume that is your doing. If you have come to parley, I must insist that you first return him to us.
You're in no position to make demands. By Lord Vorthry's decree, Raktika now falls under the governance of Yulmore. You will henceforth answer to us.
Ha! Good luck enforcing that
Is that
bullshit.
so? And the children of the Everlasting Dark have acquiesced to this madness.
We have reached an accord, yes.
Traitors.
Too many times have the Knights Blessed shunned Yulbor's overtures of friendship. The risk that you harbor hostile intentions has grown too great to ignore. Therefore, his lordship has claimed dominion over this forest and bestowed executive authority upon the children of the everlasting dark.
I'm sure they did.
In his wisdom, Lord Vorthry has agreed to recognize ours as the only permissible expression of dark worship. It's one true faith.
Oh, I cannot wait to kill all these people.
You and your false creed are a blight on these woods. A foul, unholy corruption that must be cleansed. Little wonder the Warrior of Darkness visits both Lakeland and Ilmeg, yet shuns Raktika. Your perverted teachings hold blessed Shadow at bay.
Sure, dude. Sure.
You have accepted the yoke of Yulmor to spite us, then? Fools. Darkness will never return to these skies while they hold sway.
Those of you minded to obey his lordship are to make for Woven Oath with all haste. We will leave you, but you may have time to prepare.
Woven Oath? Are you suggesting we abandon our fate to join those zealots?
What has your faith afforded you thus far? Nothing! We will guide you along the righteous path.
And should we refuse?
Anyone found here upon our return will be considered a traitor to Yulmor, and dealt with as such.
Oh, I cannot wait. I cannot wait to fight him. You're going down, Ranjit. You're going freaking down. Again.
We will discuss these developments after I have tended to our casualty.
Wow. What a great story. What a great game. Let's go. Nephilia. Surely there's something we can do to help the Knights Blessed, isn't there? Thancred. That Yulmor has gained a foothold here in this woods bodes ill for the Knights Blessed. The guard hath been afflicted with a most terrible and infectious poison. We have attempted all manner of healing incantations. Alas, his condition remains unchanged. At present, we can but slow the poisonous advance. I pray it will afford us sufficient finding. Alrighty. I think that is going to do it for me today. It's been a long day, and I am very, very hungry. Thank you all for who stuck around. This was fun watching Yoshi P at PAX. If you missed that, it should be uploaded to my YouTube already, so feel free to go check that out. Otherwise, I will see you all here next week. Same bad time, same bad channel. But yeah, thank you everybody, and yeah, I'll see you next week. Bye. Oh, thank you again, Lustra, for the YouTube sub. Thank you.